I'm Sarah from Everyday Starlet. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is very exciting because it is a collaboration video. Yay! If you've been following my channel, you know that I get a chance to be a finalist in the StyleCodeLive talent search. I got to go to New York, go to StyleCodeLive, go to Gen Beauty, all kinds of great stuff. I have a whole vlog about it. I will leave that in the cards, whichever side that's on. I always forget. It was an amazing experience and I got so much out of it, but one of the best parts of it was the people that I got to meet, and one of whom was definitely Amaris. She was another one of the finalists and she was the winner of the StyleCodeLive contest. And honestly, they could not have picked a sweeter girl. She was my partner in crime. We get to hang out around New York together. I had a great time with her at StyleCodeLive in New York, at Gen Beauty, everything. So we don't actually live that close to each other, so we can't keep hanging out, but we decided to do a collab video, so it kind of feels like we're hanging out, and we're hanging out with you guys too. We decided to pick one makeup product and each do a look to showcase it on different skin tones. The makeup product we decided to try is the Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basics. Let's just take a minute to admire this, shall we? Oh, like it's just, oh, it's beautiful. It is so beautiful. It's got this amazing big mirror that now has my fingerprints all over it. It's got amazing matte shades. I think it's mostly matte, but there is one shade in it that looks like it has some iridescence. So this palette was so fun to play around with, so I decided to do a makeup look, this makeup look right here, using this palette for fair skin tones, and Amaris is going to do a video which I will link to this one. It'll be linked here so you can watch it, and it'll also be linked in the description box below. She's doing a makeup look to showcase her gorgeous dark skin. Be sure you check it out. Be sure you check out her channel. Be sure you subscribe, and if you're headed over there, make sure you tell her that I sent you and that I said hello. If you are here from Amaris's channel, welcome. I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope that you subscribe. So if you want to see her makeup look, check out her video, but if you want to see how I got this Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basics look for fair skin, then just keep watching. Okay, so I actually already primed my face, and I used a combination of, I'm testing this again, I've only had this in a sample, but I got this when I was at Gen Beauty. It's the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer and Oil Free. I've kind of been liking it. I don't want to like it for the price, but I think I kind of like it. And I also used, I kind of double primed, which is a bit excessive, but I used a little bit of the Cover FX Custom Blot Drops. You can use these in a lot of different ways, but I've just kind of been using them like a primer, you know, just rubbing it all over, mainly in the areas like on my nose and stuff, like places where I normally get shiny. And because I am using a pretty matte palette, I decided that I want to do a little bit more of a glowy face. Might get excessive. We'll see. So I'm gonna go with my Too Faced Born This Way foundation because it is my favorite. I'm actually putting this on the back of my hand, and I'm gonna mix this with some of my Cover FX Custom Enhancer drops, and this is in the shade Moonlight. Moonlight. Where was my mind? And a little does go a long way, but I find when you mix it in with your foundation, especially something this full coverage, it's not excessive. This kind of gives it a little bit of a glowy sheen. And then I like to dot it on. Personally, I'm actually thinking about doing an updated, like how I do my base makeup video, kind of more just like a general everyday kind of thing, because I have a really old how I do my base makeup video, like really old, like all of a sudden got really popular, and I'm like, I don't really do that anymore, but I don't know. So if you guys want to see that, thumbs up this video. I'm gonna do brows next. And I actually have to be very careful because my Tom Ford liner and my Hourglass brow pencil are actually, like, they look so similar. So it's kind of getting me confused. I know, first world problems, right? But it's just been getting me confused. I'm like, I can't tell my Tom Ford from my Hourglass. I'm such a diva. But in reality, you don't want to get them confused because they're two very different products. And a new product that I got from Gen Beauty, actually, I've only tried once, but actually I tried it like twice, but I was pretty impressed. It was the Benefit Gimme Brow Volumizing Fiber Gel. I think it's shade 1. It's the lightest shade. I feel like it really does thicken up your brows. Mine have been, they're not terrible, but they have been a little over tweezed because I was really into thin brows when I was younger. Booyah. clean these up a little bit with a little Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. My makeup tools seriously need to be cleaned. I'm like embarrassed by how much they need to be cleaned. It's embarrassing. Okay, I did a review on eye primers recently, and honestly, a lot of them are very similar. So I've been kind of trying to force myself out of just using my MAC paint pot to always prime my lids. I'm trying to kind of expand my eye priming repertoire, I guess is the word. So because I'm going with the Urban Decay palette, I decided to go with the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. Okay, I have my palette here. I'm gonna go with the shade Blow, which I thought this was an all matte palette, but I feel like this shade feels like it has some iridescence to it. Maybe it's my imagination. I'm gonna do that all over my lid. Yeah, there's definitely some iridescence to that. I'm gonna start with the shade Nudie. It's a very, very, very light color. All right, I'm gonna try Commando now, just to kind of see, deepen up the crease a little bit. That's a little bit more of a transition color. I'm gonna go with the shade Magnet. I think I'm gonna go for a little bit more of a gray, not really smoky, but a little bit more of a cool toned eye. Kind of concentrating on the crease and on the outer edge. This gives it a little bit more dimension. Blend that in. I'm gonna go in with Blackjack because I'm really curious to see how intense a black that is. Of course, I'm gonna get some of it off. This might get too intense, but you know, whatever, we're playing around here. I'm just deepening it up a little bit. That's intense, but it's not, it's going on very smoothly, I feel like. So it doesn't feel like too much. But I'm going very lightly too. I'm actually using a clean brush. This is my blending brush that I like to use for, well, for blending. It's kind of why I call it the blending brush. I'm gonna go in with my Tom Ford liquid liner. I did a review of liquid liners. I do think this is overpriced, but I'm trying to force myself to use it to see if I fall in love with it, because so many people have fallen in love with this. I don't think it's bad, I just think it's overpriced. I'm trying to do a subtle wing, because lately when I've been trying to do wings, they've been getting really away from me, so I'm trying to do a subtle one right now. I used to do like a wing every single day, like every day. I was obsessed with doing wings, and then I kind of was like over them for a little while, and now I'm into them again, but I'm like, almost like, it's not like riding a bike. Like if you don't keep it up, you can forget how to do them, or at least how to do them well. And I definitely can't talk while I'm doing it. Okay, time to cover up my dark circles. I'm probably gonna speed through this because I actually have a video on how I cover up my dark circles, so you can watch that one, and I'm not gonna take up a whole lot of time on this video with that. Alright, I'm just gonna lightly dust the rest of my face with my, oh, this is so powdery, my RCMA No Color Powder. Just, I'm gonna try to do it lightly. Just to kind of set everything and keep things from getting too shiny. Okay, I'm gonna go in with my transition shade brush. I'm gonna start with Commando, and I'm just gonna dust just on the lower lash line a little bit. It's probably even pointless because it's probably not even gonna show, but you know. And then go in with the shade Magnet again, kind of the cool gray shade, and just dust over. Like, I mean, I'm actually tapping most of it off my brush, so it is just such a subtle, like you can barely even tell, it's just sort of a hint of color there. Just gonna add the slightest bit of dimension. Like, I'm barely even doing anything. You get the point. I don't know why I keep saying that. Alright, now I'm gonna go in with my Shea Humera brush, which I've had this forever, I don't even know where I got it. I just love that it's flat like this. First with Magnet, which is the cool gray shade right here. And I'm gonna just go more concentrated just on the lash line. I may actually even just do this, I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, I think I might actually just do this. Just on my lower lash line, just to kind of get a little bit of a smudgy look to it. I might actually use my transition brush. I didn't put any more product on it. I'm just blending that in a little bit, just to give me a little bit more smokiness under the eyes. I'm gonna put just the slightest dab of Blow just on the inside here, just to get a little bit more, because some of it probably got wiped away. And now I have to touch up my liquid liner because that's how I roll. I don't actually take it, I try to taper it towards the inside. I don't go all the way to the inner waterline. You can if you think that that works better for your eyes. For my eyes, I just feel like they're more open when I don't. Personal preference. Okay, next I'm gonna go in and work on my face because it needs some work. I'm gonna go in with my favorite contour shade, which is so inexpensive. It's just, I've been loving it. It is the NYX High Definition Blush in Taupe. And I am just going right on the cheekbones. I'm getting a little heavy, but I'm gonna blend, so fear not. Basically anywhere I want my face to look smaller, that's where I'm contouring. Someone asked me in one of my videos why I put it down my neck. I'm like, because I want my neck to look smaller. I want my jaw to look smaller. I want my underside of my chin to look smaller. Cheekbones, I'll go a little bit, the temples, but my forehead really isn't that wide. If yours is, go for it. I'm not gonna like contour my nose, but I like to just kind of go down just with the very edge of the brush on each side of my nose. I've been kind of into doing that lately. I don't really think it's all that necessary. I've got way too much on there. I'm gonna blend it. We're gonna get it all blended in. I'm just going for a very like glowy highlighted face because the eyes are very matte, and I'll probably pick a matte lip. So I want my skin to feel just very illuminated and glowing. Even though it's fall, I'm gonna warm up the face a little bit. This isn't really warming it up, it's just kind of like bronzing it up. So I'm gonna use my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. It smells like summer. I find it to be a very cool tone bronzer, which is why I like it for fair skin, especially if you have more cool tones in your skin. I just kind of put it on the outside of my face. Just a little bit more dimension, a little bit more contour, makes the center of my face look that much more glowy. All right, in the center of the face, because I'm not glowing enough, I'm gonna go for disco ball here, people. I'm gonna go with my Hourglass Ambient Light Palette in the center shade, which is Incandescent, right here. And I'm just gonna go, I'm gonna concentrate just on the center of my face, but it's so subtle that you don't really have to stress too much about where you put it. And I'm gonna go in with my favorite highlighter, the Becca Moonstone, just because I don't think I'm glowing enough, so just very subtle. I don't really wear a lot of blush because my cheeks kind of are naturally rosy, but I'm just gonna go in with my Tarte Exposed just on the apples of my cheeks, just to give myself a tiny bit of color so I don't look totally washed out. Honestly, I could take or leave blush, but I'm gonna throw it on. Just add a little bit more zazazoo to the face. I don't even know what that means. I mean, I know what it means, but I don't know what I mean by that, but whatever. You get what I'm saying. All right, now I'm gonna curl my eyelashes. I've actually been playing around with this new mascara. It is the Pure Fully Charged Mascara powered by magnet technology. I don't really know if it is magnetic or not. You hold it at the base of your lashes and then you kind of wiggle up. At least that's what the instructions tell me. One thing I love about this palette is the huge mirror. Like it comes in so handy, especially when I'm filming, which you don't film makeup videos and you have a makeup mirror already. Maybe not a huge deal for you, but for me, I'm loving it. I'm not gonna say this is my favorite mascara, but I have been enjoying it. It's a little clumpy, but I don't know, I'm still forming an opinion about it. Okay, I think for the lips, I'm gonna go a little bit nude, and I'm definitely gonna go matte on the lips because I've got a lot of glow going on here. So I'm gonna go in with my MAC Whirl lip pencil. Just kind of do the outer edge and a little bit of the outer corners. And then I'm gonna go in with, now I really want to do a nude lip with this because I've got kind of a smoky-ish eye, glowy lips. So I'm gonna go with like a matte nude. I have a really hard time finding nudes that don't wash me out. Fair skin, it's drama. I usually have to go with something pink, but the Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipstick in Bow and Arrow, when I mix it with either Whirl or Soar, or like I mix it with sort of a pinky based lip liner, I find works really well and I find really flattering on my skin tone. In fact, I don't know what it is about Kat Von D liquid lipsticks, but even the shades in her line that I'm like, I would never look good in that shade, they look good on me somehow. I don't know what it is about her liquid lipsticks. They're like magic or something, I don't know. I mentioned this in a few videos, I want to remind you again, when you blot in the back of your hand and get a cool kiss print on it, Instagram it. In fact, send me your kiss prints. When you kiss on the back of your hand, snap a picture of it, send it to me, Instagram, Twitter, all my social media accounts are linked in the description box. When you do this on the back of your hand instead of a tissue, you don't get all those like tissue bits in your lipstick that get all like balled up and pilled in your lips. So it's actually prettier when you do a red, but whatever. Send me your kiss prints. Send me, tag me. Check out my links in the description box. I want this to catch on. Another thing, finger trick, stick your finger in your mouth, pull it out. I've done that in videos before. Don't do it in a public place. Trust me, you will get a lot of unwanted attention, but you will never get lipstick on your teeth ever again. Tip from me to you. And here's my makeup look using the palette. Be sure you check out Amaris's video, and be sure you send me your kiss prints. Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, all my links will be below, so be sure you check that out. Be sure you check out and subscribe to Amaris's channel, and be sure you give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my future videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you join me next time.